Hello. Oh, wait a second. No, hide all this. Where's... I started the stream, and then I forgot that I wasn't on pre-stream, so I was just streaming a blank screen. Hello, welcome to the pre-stream, everyone. And I guess by everyone I mean Lord Wolfwarbear. Welcome. Okay, hold up a second.
It is very quiet.
He's very quiet. In fact, I don't know what else I can do about this.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh well. It's fine. I know it's supposed to be the D&D stream. There's supposed to be multiple people on board. What can I do if they didn't show up? Things happen, you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a D&D a campaign if something in real life isn't screwing you over.
There's always a chance that something will go wrong, and when it happens because... Hold up a second, what is that? There's a quote, right? Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Ah, yes, Murphy's Law.
Ah, yes, good old Murphy.
Murphy's a prick.
Listen, it's not Murphy's fault that he found out the truth of the world.
Yes.
It's like you can't blame Newton, you can't blame Newton when things fall on you.
You say that. Say that.
I mean, technically you can blame Santa Claus, yes. That doesn't make it true.
But it doesn't make it untrue either.
I mean, technically, yes. I get blaming the guy blaming that random guy across the world for you slipping and falling in a puddle. That is technically complaining about it doesn't make it not true.
I mean...
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Does Roll20 work for you?
Yeah, I'm online right now.
It's not working for me.
Oh dear Lord.
I am suffering. I'm in a bad spot. Guys, we're playing D&D with just one player and Oh, hold up. Lord Wolfwarbear says you can, but you'd be wrong. Well, yeah, but making the accusation would make you wrong.
I mean, and what is it to be human than to blame others for something that you actually did?
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run a VP and I'm gonna see if this works. Uh-oh. Is it working? Hello?
Hello?
Okay, right. The streaming works again. I activated a VPN in the middle of streaming. Did I even do it? It disconnects the internet for a bit. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, I'm disconnecting the VPN again. I'll be right back. Yes, give me 2 to 5 seconds for the internet to come back. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here.
Okay. If it was any quieter, I would have about to.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
one person.
This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Actually, you wouldn't have been able to entertain anyone because if I'm offline, you're offline. Hello, Laviande. One more person approaches. Right. So here's the thing: we're playing D&D, but
Can you hear me when I talk?
Oh, I can hear you, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
But as
Sorry.
people can see here, Roll20 is just loading for me. So it might be a little bit of trouble today. I tried opening Roll20 earlier today to try and check on one of the player sheets.
The last time it did that to me, I had to go into my VPN and fiddle with a few things.
I turned
because
on it. I turned on my VPN. I turned it off again. It made no difference. So wonderful. It looks like there possibly
even if
might
it's
not
turned
be. This is gonna
Even
be...
if it's turned off, sometimes there's that little thing that keeps like interfering. I don't remember what that is, but
You're talking about a kill switch?
no, not a kill switch. Something else in the settings of your VPN about blocking like invasive stuff or something.
Oh no, is this my Avast? I installed Avast recently. Avast?
Like,
Are you saying my D&D addiction is bad for me? How dare you?
How dare
I
you
don't know,
say something that's
personally.
completely true?
How dare you?
I mean, it has to be something with your computer because it's loading fine for me. It's laggy as fuck, but like Roll20 is laggy as fuck anyways for me, so not really anything that's like changing. So the fact that it doesn't load like at all for me, that's definitely an issue with your computer.
What computer? My computer.
Must be the
Yeah,
porn you
probably,
have.
Okay, listen here. It's 2024. No one downloads porn anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm at the website.
No.
Mm-hmm.
My website's
Ew.
perfectly fine. Unbelievable! Roll20 is opening up on my laptop. Oh,
Yeah, I told you that's a problem with your computer.
I think it's... Yeah, I think it's actually...
There's something about Roll20
It's
that
my
like
Avast. I
yeah,
recently
I think
installed Avast antivirus.
Who would guess the irony?
The irony! Protection! You! Well, how are you protecting me?
I'm protecting you from
You're not
having
protecting
fun.
me on Google Chrome, so that must not be it. It's just anti-tracking. The other one here. What is this? Oh wait! It loaded finally. I don't know what I did different. I was looking at the settings. I didn't even touch anything yet. Hey, so everyone, good news! Hi, I Heart KSA. Nice to meet you again. Apparently, it works now. Thank God. So there was a little bit of an issue. We were going to play D&D, but the problem is, Roll20 wasn't loading, which meant we would have had to play without the DM able to even actually, run the game. It would have just been like, okay, roll your athletics. I don't know what you rolled. Tell me what you rolled. Oh, you rolled a 10. Well, the enemy rolled a... hold up. I have to find physical dice. He rolled a 20. He beats you. He beats you up. He takes your lunch money.
The only nerd in the group is Litney, technically.
I mean,
I do have IRL dice, but like I have the pouch right next to me. It's a handmade actually.
Well, someone's special.
I have dice here next to me, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I wanted to like have a pouch for my because I went to a dice goblin phase, but I stopped because of financial struggles. So, but I had like this piece of rag and this old ribbon that I didn't know what the fuck to do with. So I just grabbed some black string and a sewing needle, and I made like the most like brutalistically crafted, like literally just a pouch, like the same kind of pouch that you would make like in an RPG to store your gold coins in, except not made out of leather, just literally made out of a white cloth.
Oh
like
God,
shitty white cloth
Lord
and black
Volvo Bear
string.
also has IRL dice. He's got like 7 sets. Okay, that's impressive.
Ooh.
Actually, let me send you a picture if I can.
Well, I want to talk. I have a few IRL dice.
I found my IRL dice. Let me double check in here. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 4 sets of dice here, but they're like the really cheap plastic dice. So I got like a mega pack of like, I don't know, 7 sets, and it was like super cheap. Like we're talking about like I I think it was $15 for like everything. Grand total.
I got like not exclude my brother's dice. Maybe 6 or 7 sets.
By
with
the
them, which are cheap.
way, anyone in the audience, if you're wondering what we're doing right now, I am so sorry, but stalling for time essentially. As we're waiting
Where's
for
our
Don't
cat?
worry.
yeah,
I sent a message to Ed Bomber. He said that he was going to come very soon.
yeah, okay. So basically, Doug, our resident cleric,
Cleric.
he is unfortunately not going to be able to show up this session or next session. He wasn't here last session. I don't think I commented on it, but this session he can't come because something suddenly came up, and next session he already said he won't be able to come. So I was just like a little bit of a prep, just a pre-talk with you guys. You
Yeah.
like to do, since I don't want to go too far ahead without him, especially since I do want to have some things happen with him.
Ah!
Yeah, there he is.
Hey Razzle, welcome.
In a moment.
It's fine. Don't worry, there's no rush. We're just chatting a little tiny bit before we actually stream.
Oh,
Our cat has returned.
Oh, sorry, we're streaming before we start this session. Just a little bit of a talk, okay? So
okay.
oh wait, Lord Volvo Bear, you got metal dice? Oh, that's pretty metal. How the hell? How much did that cost? God, I want dice so badly. I want a lot of dice, but the problem is I never use them because it just feels unfair to just roll actual dice here. And it's like, okay, right, I'm gonna roll dice. I'm gonna tell you what it rolls. I don't know. Would you guys like it if I just roll dice for?
How is it any different than doing it on the virtual dice?
Because
where-
the virtual dice, I can't lie to you and tell you that the enemy rolled a 1. When
Well,
they
at the same
when they
time, you
actually
could
roll
also-
a roll natural 20.
Well, you could also do it in a way that the players can't see it.
55. Lord Volvo Bear,
Is
that's insane.
55
Is there-
dice.
$55.
Actual,
Oh, dollars. Cool.
I think
isn't there an actual command for a GM roll?
there is a GM role. I don't use it because again, it's a matter of the role. I kind of want you guys to see the role. If I had a camera pointed, at a location, I'd love to just roll real dice. That'd be so cool. In fact, I'm holding dice right now, just so tempted to roll it. It's fine. Okay, right. So really quickly before we start, next session.
Okay.
So this session, Doug's not going to be available. Next session also, he's not going to be available. Would you guys be okay with having like a little bit of a one-shot next week?
Yes, the JoJo.
I mean, I can run
one
my
shot.
JoJo one shot if you guys want. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to
Yeah, but
prepare super well.
I don't.
because
No. You take your time, prepare for that, bro. You take your time, prepare for that. It's special to you. You've not been able to DM properly for a while. You take your time, get the prep done, and then you have fun with that.
I mean, considering how weird the system's gonna be, it's absolutely going to be a fucking mess. But
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but at least a mess with a lot of safety net would be useful.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
my god.
what is your thought, Razzle? Next week, a one shot. You okay with that?
That's fine.
It's fine. Oh.
What are we
sometimes,
doing today?
sometimes when you respond, I just don't know if it just sounds like you're
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Or perpetually
I know.
annoyed.
I guess it's okay.
I know.
Fair enough.
But what are we doing today then?
Today we're playing.
Okay.
I just wanted to take a tiny bit of extra time, just to make sure we're not rushing into this, especially since we didn't have everyone.
Well, we still don't have everyone.
We have enough. Because honestly, I would love to just make a complete random one shot, but you guys don't have anything prepared. And I feel like it's gonna take most of the session just to get you guys characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're doing a one shot, wouldn't we just do it in universe?
Yeah, that actually would be kind of fun. Like,
You know what?
if we don't get
Like, just
like
have a small adventure for the people here. That's not anything big or,
life threatening.
story advancing.
You know what?
Each
I got
episode?
options. Let's see what happens. Lord Wolbear is also saying, like, I can whip up a one shot if needed, and I thank you a lot for that option. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So basically, let's just go into the campaign. Does anyone want to give a recap, or should I just give a basic,
You
basic
give
one-up?
it this time.
Okay. Wonderful. Uh, oh, just give me 1 second. Let me refresh my memory.
Okay. It's not like we have a gun to your head.
Well, okay, listen here. I absolutely remember what happened last session. I'm okay. 100%. Right. Yeah, last session was basically just one long talk show. So we started last session with Laviande, our little ex-wife goblin.
Screw you.
I'm sorry.
Aw, the ex-wife's mad.
Yeah, Laviande, our little gnome turned Phistaco short stack. Over there on the
I was
left.
already a short stack before I was a Phistaco. That's
Our
part of the
short
good chain.
stack goblin turned Phistaco. Yeah, basically they only have like a at 1 hour time limit that they can actually explore the town, because they don't have mask many phases, they don't have disguise self, all they have is alter self, and so they can only walk around town freely for about an hour before the spell wears off. And so decided, you know what, they need a place to crash, but an inn wouldn't do. So they decided, you know what, let's find property that's inappropriate and ready to be appropriated. And so they basically took over a drug den and decided to live there. And they had a nice long chat with their patron, who turns out to just be straight up evil deity. I mean, not really
He's just a
deity.
dude.
Yeah, he's just straight up evil. He's not bad
douchebag.
evil. He's not like, people must suffer evil. He's just like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
So the purest sense of a chaotic neutral character.
Yeah, he's just a guy.
I mean, honestly,
he's
the point. Well, his motives are quite
I know.
questionable.
Yeah.
His goal is actually relatively good, however, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he
say that
wants
he's evil.
absolute peace. In just kind of the worst way possible. I guess it's just a matter of the only way for, like,
Are you going to be on
if
the
you
good
think
side?
about it, if
No, the worst possible way for absolute peace would be Orcus's way, where everyone dies except me, and now I can finally take a nap and just eat maggots in peace.
yeah, basically, okay, so basically he just wanted an eternal, he just wanted like a constant eternal cycle of rebellion. And honestly, if people just stopped causing other people to rebel against him, he would have achieved peace. It's a world where everyone fights each other until someone stops.
So the Senator Armstrong method.
Yeah, it's basically the cycle of hatred. That's literally it. And Laviande proclaimed that they wanted to become the big bad in the rebellion. The Infinite Rebellion, they wanted to be the one that everyone wants to rebel against.
Basically, I want to become Ganondorf.
Yes. And I absolutely love that, and he absolutely loved that. And as, El Loco was loving that, he had to go. And Laviande had to go as well. Go pick up that cash, that ka-ching, the bling bling. They picked up the bling bling and then they got approached by a dwarf who had a step on me mommy fetish. And basically was dragged over to where Mabel was because Litney had a little bit of a low IQ moment despite being the party wizard.
I mean, just because you're smart,
It's fine.
it's
She
more
gave me all of her money for spells, so.
Yeah,
I
and
had
Razzle
30
was
I had
along
30
for the
gold.
ride. Razzle was just not sure what to do because Razzle just wanted information on the job.
No comment there.
Wonderful.
It's just a recap.
What? Yeah, it's just a recap. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's about it. So they spent a long time talking. Just the job is the leprechaun jobs. We need to figure out what leprechauns are, right? There's so much to do. There's so many gangs. We don't know what to do about all these gangs, but it doesn't matter because you only need to do one thing. You need to find the leader of this leprechaun gang and basically just give the information
him off.
that leads to an arrest. That's it.
Or just find a way to screw them over that our murder happy guardsman would love to get her hands on.
Well, you see, your primary, just like an RPG, your primary objective, your main quest is to capture target X. If you wish to destroy organization XYZ in the process, go ahead. There's nothing stopping you. I'm certainly not going to stop you. Huh? I will encourage you and scold you from the sidelines as your evil god.
What? I thought you were a benevolent one.
I am benevolent towards me.
Yeah, what
That
kind
is-
of DM is benevolent?
I mean,
Well, you see
not
that
every DM wants to
because the
kill it,
DM is the master of the dungeon.
kinky.
Listen, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
More like
Anyway.
the dung master.
Listen, all three of you are compatible. Doug is the only person keeping me sane. Do not. None of this.
Aww,
Okay, right. Just
love
hold
you
up a sec.
too.
Okay, right. So you guys leave. I believe, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, you guys spent the rest of the night at Laviande
Well-
helped Litney carry the girl to the hospital. Then they spent the night sharing spell books and basically swapping stories, I guess. Storybook pages.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
And Rachel and the new familiar of the group were having kind of this sizing each other up moment.
By the way, your sleep spell is literally the story of counting sheep.
Yes. 1, 2.
I'd
sheep.
love to imagine. I'd love to imagine when you cast sleep, the enemies just see, like rather than sheep jumping over a fence, they just see like sheep-sized Rachels jumping over a fence.
Yes.
hey, Starlight, remember Makima the accountant?
Yes, the guy who almost murderized me so badly, I wanted to cry.
Story for another day. Also, in that sort of short campaign, and Litney did visit the Life Temple to check on the pregnant, check on the Dragonborn lady.
Makes sense. Sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll get back to you because that'll happen basically tomorrow morning, essentially, just based on everything that needs to happen for you guys, you know? with all the
Yeah.
quests and stuff, and with all the swapping spells and everything like that. Because I don't want to say that that happens after this. I want to say that you already have that right now.
All right. So basically, just going to be having mage armor on again,
Yes.
and
Yes. Okay. So we start with Razzle. Razzle.
Oh dear.
Hey, Razzle. So what are you up to?
Oh,
How did you
so this
spend
is
your evening after you left?
Razzle's just going to go check out any place she hasn't been yet. One
Mhm.
has to know the city if you're going to continue to do business in it.
You know, that's a wonderful idea. I really appreciate that. That's a smart entrepreneur's idea. How about you just point out which district you're going to? You've not been to the industrial district. You've not had the chance. The place, Doug's been there, but you haven't.
Yeah.
You've not been to the warehouse district. You've not been to the slums up north. You've been to the dead church, but you've not been to the area around it. And there's so much of this white area here where you guys are. Well, you're not here specifically. You were over there in the commercial area, the bars. So there's so much of this white area here that you guys haven't even explored yet.
Yes, I will explore this area that we kind of frequent, but not really.
The commercial district, huh? The ones you've only been to the bars in so far.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds indeed like a great plan. Would you like to roll me explain?
God.
For no reason in particular.
congratulations, you just
And a 5. Oh, that's good.
Oof.
Congratulations, you just Zoroed yourself.
Depends entirely on how you see it. I would like to see it as good, but I have no control over you. Okay.
And by that I mean like wander aimlessly, with no sense of direction, and somehow find your way to the plot.
Okay. So first off, as you're walking through the commercial district, you notice. Well, you can't immediately tell. You can never immediately tell. You know? Maybe it's just a you thing, but you can never tell if it's a halfling or a leprechaun. They're both small. They both got big feet. They both look like just short humans, and they both always love green. It's annoying, but you'd like to think this might be a leprechaun. But you just see them walking like crossing a street from one alley to another, and then you see another one, and then another one. And you see like 4 of them that look exactly the same, and you think, those are leprechauns. That's how you know if it's a leprechaun or a halfling.
I see.
Oh yeah. Each one carries something different. The first one carries a sheet. Well, carries what looks like a sheet, a sheet that's poured. It's a little bit of a bundle, it's wrapped up. You can't immediately tell. Another one walks carrying a sheeted hammer. Well, it's
Sorry,
a
I had to
small...
step off the computer for a
Don't
bit.
worry,
I
don't
hope I
worry.
didn't miss
I'm talking
anything.
to Razzle right now. They're carrying what looks like a sheeted hammer, but we're talking about not a big war hammer. We're talking about a tiny thing, like just a single hammer. Like what you would use to hit a nail or something. But in this halfling, it kind of looks like a one-handed hammer, like a weapon almost. Another one behind them carries a few pouches. You can't immediately tell what it is. You can tell from the sound that they seem to, like, just with your years of experience, they seem to have like a bunch of different items in it. Like you'd think like, oh, that pouch might be coins. That pouch over there, it might be, I don't know, bottles. I don't know, cutlery, some shit. Now, you imagine maybe there might be some amount of money in that. And the last, oh no.
Oh no.
The last
It's that bad.
the last leprechaun seems to be carrying a giant bag on his back that you can only imagine to be a full set of plate mail. Human-sized plate mail. just carrying on the back. Like all the other leprechauns basically, like they've just got, they've got an easy small load that they can carry. And this last one is just like, yeah. God fuck you lot.
Yeah, I'm not there, so I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, you're not there. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what
Looks
you.
like someone lost the rock paper scissors game.
That's what you see, Razzle.
Yeah.
Razzle almost wants to help them, but it's too funny. Not what?
Razzle doing a good deed.
Well, it would also give them a reason to actually go to the place they're taking all this loot.
Fair enough.
But on the other hand, none of this seems too catching of her eye.
You're
The
right.
information's going to be way more helpful.
Oh yeah.
Razzle just kind of casually walks up to the one and laughs, because he's probably like 5 or 6 yards away from the rest of the group. Just kind of bends down with the sign. It's just like, do you need a hand with that?
He looks to you and it's basically like he looks to you and he just jumps all of a sudden like, oh, hey, what do you think you're doing? No. Now listen here. No, listen here. This is all perfectly fine. I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And he just rushes off. It's like, oh. Hey,
not the DM, but I almost want to ask.
Make up your blasted dragon farts. Stop.
I was going to ask.
Yes.
Not the DM, but can we get a roll just to see if he actually passes the strength check?
Yeah, because that's obvious. That's obviously someone who doesn't want to be found out.
Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to know. Would that pass the strength?
Wait. The strength check. Right?
He's toting the heavy armor, so yeah, I want to know. Does he actually rush off, or does he try to rush off and gets pulled to the ground by his own thing he's carrying?
I will say this, he rushes off, then the pack just kind of tilts over to the side, and he's like, he trips over, he knocks an old lady off her feet, just onto her ass. It's like, the bag tilts over to the other side, he crashes into a cart, it tilts over to the other side, he almost hits a puppy, it tilts over, and he steadies up and he runs off, leaving behind a wake of destruction.
Raz is making a mental note. Follow the line of destruction. You'll find where they're
and
going.
during the whole time, there's just Benny Hill theme playing in the background.
I will not say. Who knows? Maybe not. Could you give me one moment? I'm just looking for something I can't find right. Darn it. This is
Man,
unfortunate. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to do it without.
darn it.
Okay. So, as you're watching this trail destruction, okay, the leprechauns pass, and a few seconds go by. Oh no. And you hear a voice you can't immediately place. It is indeed a familiar voice. And it basically is like, hold it right there! A female voice. Fairly stout, you know. With a good amount of strength behind it. And you immediately, you're pretty sure you know what that voice is. And you just can't help but think, wait a second. That
History
can't
check,
be.
please.
Oh yeah.
Like, before Raz even turns around, she's just gonna go through her mind. Okay, I've screwed over a lot of people. Time to see if I remember this one, or if I'm gonna need a reminder of this one.
You killed my father. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Well, that's a no. She won't remember this person. All she knows is, oh crap, I think I know that voice.
Good.
Which one?
It's
Which
perfect.
one?
It's perfect. And then you basically hear, come back
Raz is
here,
just
you
gonna-
come back here, you little four-leaf clovered feet, whatever fuckers. And you see,
For a sec, I thought he was gonna call her a forklift.
Well, I
you
mean, she's built.
see
This one's built like
a
one.
paladin you recognize.
Raz in her mind is just like, oh.
Minus,
Well-
of course, minus her usual shining set of, full plate mail, and
Trust
her,
me, Raz knows how she looks without the plate mail.
Yes.
And probably without any other
And
clothes.
so she's running down the street, okay? She's wearing clothes, commoner's clothes. What looks more like, a trading outfit, rather, And then she just stops as she sees you. This.
Wait.
Hmm?
Raz, almost instinctively, immediately tries to disguise themselves on the spot.
Okay, go ahead.
Just casually pulls out newspaper or something. Just anything to hide their face. I'm gonna go with a deception go.
You're doing it like in The Sims, like you spin into a cloud of smoke.
Okay, this is wonderful. Oh no, that's so good. Okay, hold up. D20 plus.
Come on.
No. As per usual with all of my NPCs, no, she's got a -1 wisdom. No. So,
Why do you give them such low wisdom?
Listen, it fits the character.
Yeah, but at this point, it's like, why?
Because every character you come across has been an idiot. The only smart person you come across
that's still better than me. For me, most of my NPCs are improvised on the spot and they're not even stated.
The only smart person you've come across are the crows.
We don't talk about the crows.
Yeah, no. Flashbacks to Litney's travels.
Oh,
Those crows keep following her.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about the crows, they have a plan.
So, could you describe what you've actually just quick changed into?
As I said, I think it's like immediately grabbing something from the wake of destruction, trying to blend into the background.
Wonderful,
It's very
wonderful.
hard to blend in when you're dressed as a mime, though. So Raz is doing her best.
So
I imagine like
as you're basically just you hear the voice, okay, and you're like, huh, have I seen? Is this someone I screwed over?
Minesweeper.
I cannot remember. And you hear it again, and you're like, oh wait a second, it's her. And you're like, oh no 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 no. And so you look down, you look at the ground, okay, and you're like, okay, what do I have to work with, okay? And you see.
You see a puddle of
The
mud.
old lady dropped what she was carrying. And she was carrying a shopping bag. And it's got a dancer's outfit in it. And a masquerade mask. And then you look over to the stall he knocked over. Other stall he knocked over. There's like a
Yeah.
fake mustache in it. Like a fake beard set. You look over.
Obviously,
at-
she's going for the fake beard.
You look
Or
over at,
mustache.
you look over at the dog, and the dog, for some reason, happens to be carrying a helmet.
Okay, now you're gonna avoid your ex, but you're gonna be wanted by the fashion police.
you know what? You know what? I feel like she would stop just because of how awful you look.
Now, I'm also willing to bet, given that I know which of the people this is, she's going to put 2 and 2 together eventually.
Would Razzle like to dress as a bearded, helmeted dancer?
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, and obviously you have a disguise kit, don't you? I
Yeah.
think it's part of your entertainer, yeah. And of course, you also do pop out your disguise skin really quickly. Just make your make whatever's a little visible of your fur human color, so you just look like a hairy human instead of, you know, a cat. And so this,
With makeup.
oh yeah, and so our certain
Wait, so-
paladin.
So does Raz wear makeup on a daily because the face?
I
or
have
is
no
that-
comment, and you have to ask her that yourself in character.
I'm okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just like makeup
Yeah,
on
so
makeup.
as you stand there transformed, question mark, certain paladin just rushes forward and stops by you. It's like, okay, really, okay, I'm sorry to waste your time, but have you seen a fleet of these ugly little leprechaun guys just with a full set of equipment just run past?
As gives a nod, points in the general direction
Okay.
of where they escaped towards.
Okay, thank you so much. Also, I really appreciate your fashion sense. That's a really cool helmet. Take care, she says.
My gosh, why are they all idiots?
And she rushes off. And then she stops for a second and she looks back and is like, wait a second, is that my helmet?
Raz just like, oh no.
Could you roll? I don't know. Could you roll deception or something? Or wait, should I? Should I?
No, I want you to roll because I'm very good at deception. I want to see if they piece it together.
Okay, slasher
Yeah.
1d20 -1. Let's roll their wisdom.
Come on.
Oh my god. So she stares at you for a minute as you wear the helmet of their god. And
Wait. Would it be a religion check if it's
Yeah,
since
oh,
you mentioned
give them the religion.
Okay, right, fine.
Yeah.
Their religion is a +5. That would be 11. You know what?
Reroll with religion.
11 would be, I'm not going to re-roll. That's 11. So 11's good enough for them to just be like, oh, that's a oh, I see, you're a follower of Villa. I can't believe I've done this. I forgot the name of the god. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. 1
Really?
second. Is it What's Latander's other name?
I am a follower of the Glograd
Okay, could you
Galad.
remind me, what is Latander's other name? He has some name of
Morning Lord.
Ilu something.
Well, he also goes by the Morning Lord.
Okay, he doesn't have a third name, right?
No, not that I believe so.
Okay, my mistake. It's like, oh, I see, you happen to be a follower of Lord Latander too. But did you just pick that helmet off the ground? Just now?
That's unfair not to respond because they can't talk. If they show the sign, it's going to immediately give her away. So she just kind of like shakes her head.
Roll deception
like
with,
if
I
you-
think, disadvantage. I think that's only fair.
Fair enough.
You get your height check, but you get your height check and it is. Oh my god! I'm not going to roll for her. If she gets a nat 20, she'll only meet you. Oh wait, but that's a second roll.
You said disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you rolled 19 with
that's a nat
disadvantage.
one.
I was
That's
so
a nat
shocked.
one.
You know what? The sad thing is, there is still a good chance she might fail this. She's still got more than a 25% chance of failing this.
You
Oh
just
my
want her
God.
to fail.
Oh my god.
I see.
Pass. I got a critical failure.
She succeeded by 1 point! By 1 point!
You can't make this up, folks.
She's like, oh, okay, if you say so. And she turns around and she just turns back for a second. Wait a second!
Takes hat off. Reveals cat ears.
Oh my god, it's a bearded cat dancer. I've only heard legends of you.
Dear Lord, what is?
And then she just pauses for a second. You can just hear the cog spinning. The ... Razzle? Razzle! Is that you?
Summons the
Raz.
god flying sword.
Almost letting out a sigh. Takes off the fake beard and mustache before raising a sigh. Yeah.
That outfit looks really good on you. Also, no, wait. Oh, no. All my... Okay, listen, I am so sorry. I've been looking for you for so long, but I'm going to put that aside for right now. I have a favor to ask. As you might have been able to guess, my gear was... All of my possessions were basically stolen.
Raz is just like going, oh, they pulled the same move I did.
Yeah, sort of like how you did it actually, but anyway, that doesn't matter. It was completely different, okay? There was absolutely not a hot tabaxi woman. No, none of that. But could you please help me?
Raz just takes the helmet and puts it back on her head before thinking it through. She didn't think it was too bad. To be honest, given other people she screwed over this way, she's actually the nicest, so Raz is just going to slowly get her stuff ready before turning aside saying, all right, let's do this.
Aww, Raz actually
thank
has
you
a heart.
so much. And on
Just be
begins
glad-
Yes? Sorry?
Raz is just gonna say again, just be glad they didn't go as far as me.
You say that with a sign, right?
Yeah.
Naturally.
She blushes. I mean,
Raz, more like
I'm
Riz.
still having trouble forgetting that, to be honest. I'm not sure entirely forgive me about that. And so begins the quest. Help retrieve this paladin's possessions.
Yes, a
Yeah.
sub quest.
Oh, by
within
the
our
way,
quest.
DM, look into your DMs.
Okay. Nice. That is
Should Brad used to go get help or?
that is terrifying.
I mean, if you can find, I'm pretty sure at this point Litney's at the live temple.
So,
I would assume.
I will be honest with you. Pause 1 second. I'll be honest with you, Razzle. I had a table prepared.
Oh dear.
You got this. That was a
Well,
table.
given the number of people I told you who could appear for Razzle, at least it's this one compared to any of the others.
Oh yeah, if you rolled a 5 and a 1, you would have probably gotten ganked in the back alley by clowns and the leprechauns.
Oh god, not the Winstons.
Okay, that's a story for another time, but
Okay, right.
oh dear lord, another paladin.
So moving forward, what did you say? You said something about help?
Ganged in a back
Raz,
alley sounds really bad at the
Immediately stops her ex from just rushing onward with only her helmet. It goes, before we go and fight like 10 leprechauns, can we get more people to help?
I would greatly appreciate that. I do not know any more people in the city. I kind of came here. I kind of forced, my way here, and didn't bring other people with me or know anyone here.
You, Coco, Nicola, I'm up there.
Okay, hold up 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Laviande, roll me a D100.
Sorry, a D100. That's right.
Yes, roll me a D100. I want to see how lucky you are, you bastard. You bastard, you're so unlucky.
97.
Yeah, you are so
Ooh,
unlucky.
that's not good.
Okay, so, Razzle, as you say that to the paladin, you heard whatever Laviande just said, basically this weird singing, and then suddenly she just gets cut off in the middle of that, and just, a bucket of, well, I say a bucket, it's a fairly large bucket, a cauldron one would say, of, you're not entirely sure what it is. It smells a bit. Perhaps it might be lard. A certain fat lard eater falls into said cauldron of lard from about like 35 meters into the sky. I'm gonna ask you to take some damage from that just because of what you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
sure.
Laviande.
Laviande.
I mean, it's like falling into a pot of honey from my perspective. It could be worse.
Laviande.
How much damage?
Roll me 1d6.
Oh.
Boo.
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm halving it.
I would have gone 46.
No, yeah. Basically, Laviande, this is the cheapest lard you've ever tasted. It is basically like you're questioning. You feel like almost certainly most of this is not lard. This is a scam. This is a scam. How dare they call this lard? They probably replaced most of it with some other random shit. It's like how people water down alcohol and you get basically just nothing. That is what you are in right now. And you are...
Did I... I turned to like Raz and her Paladin X and I'm like, did I seriously just fall into a pot of soy?
Yes, basically. And then...
Okay, when I know that El Coco was gonna come for me, but come on, man, that's not cool. Oh god, I feel like I just did. I feel so fucking. Oh, I'm gonna puke. Oh.
Are you in your disguise?
Yeah,
by the
no,
way?
I didn't change back. I'm still a fucking Phistaco.
Okay, and then okay, so okay, the paladin basically turns to you and says, "It's a." She kind of just you can't tell because of her helmet, but you're 100% certain she's just narrowing her eyes and she's just thinking. The two brain cells in there are rubbing, and basically, hold up 1 second. Splash.
Don't worry, don't worry. Before she can stop thinking, I said, "Don't worry, I'm allowed to be here. I don't have the paperwork yet, but yeah, I'm allowed to be here. And if anyone's gotten stuck up in this town, it wasn't me. At least not that way. The other one can't confirm nor deny yet. But
I
yeah,
like to think that when someone says it's and they're trying to think of what it is, Raz just raises a sign that says an idiot.
Laviande just looks at you and goes, "Screw you, you. What the fuck are you even wearing?"
She's not wearing the beard anymore. She's just still wearing the dancer's outfit.
Yeah, well, that's already weird enough.
The
I'd imagine.
paladin just
I'd
looks to
imagine.
you and it's like, I'm sorry. Do you know this thing? Question mark. Her
Raz
girl?
raises another sign.
Woman?
Yeah, kind of.
And she turns to you. Is like, why are you dressed so inappropriately?
You
Who,
just hear
me?
this. I hear someone, and I'm talking
So
about
who, me?
Laviande
Yeah,
apparel.
she says to
Thank you.
Laviande. She turns to Laviande. It's like, why are you dressed so inappropriately?
What?
Can you know?
I'm not dressed appropriately. I have the almighty power of the loincloth.
I mean, that is a very powerful
The
power.
loincloth goes underneath your clothes. And she just pauses 1 second. She turns back to Razzle. It's like,
The loincloth
oh my god,
is my
is she another
clothes.
one?
I have a
How
loincloth
many
under
people
my
have you been doing
loincloth.
this to?
Raz goes, you know the partners I pick. She clearly isn't one of them.
She looks to her. She looks back to Laviande and is like, "You're right. You liked him, sure, but he doesn't look like the strong type."
Screw you.
I see Raz like the muscle mommies.
Oh, anyway, okay, right. I'm so sorry. So you mentioned friends. Where are we going again, Razzle? Like, who do you know? How many people are we taking with us?
Raz just kind of like looks to Laviande, is just like, where's Litney?
Last I saw her, she was heading to the Temple of Light. Well, I mean, at least that's what she said she was going to be doing. She was going to go check out the pregnant, lizard lady. Well, not pregnant anymore, since, the thing came out. But she was going to go check on her. Other than that, I don't know. She might have been stuck along the way. I crawled up the wall before that.
Congratulations! I hope it was a safe delivery.
Why are you congratulating me? It's not me that pushed the crotch goblin out of myself.
Crotch? Oh, I have never.
Raz is just going to this conversation before it gets worse, given that she knows both parties responsible, and that if we keep this going, her brain is going to be thinking all day.
Your brain is going to be thinking all day about how some people don't.
Laviande's gonna give a quick rundown. Okay, basically, someone was pregnant, not me. No, not pregante. I'm normal. We got her rescued, and Litney, other friend of ours, went to check on her.
With this explanation, Raz has already left to go get Litney.
And,
some reason,
and the paladin is just
Litney
the paladin just standing there like, oh, I see. Oh, wait, no. Wait, Razzle, where are you? And she just looks down. She just kind of just double checked that she's still wearing her clothes. Like, okay, she didn't leave the bad way again.
Wow. Wow, Raz.
Laviande's just gonna pass. Just gonna run after Raz as well. And she passes next to the Paladin XGF. She just looks at her with a style eye and told her, "You certainly do look like a furry."
Oh!
Excuse me, what?
Kink shaming.
I'll say a few moments later, Raz is kind of dragging Litney along behind. Just like, come on.
What do you mean a furry? She just blinks like, but Razzle is the furry one, not me.
Raz is taking Litney and they're approaching.
You're too pure for this word. Ignore what I just said.
To save up on time, you can just give me the gist of what Litney learned about the Dragonborn lady.
I feel like let's just kind of pause this and let's pause right there and let's go with Litney for a bit. Let's have Litney's little spin and we'll come back.
Got it.
All right.
Cool.
Because
again, there's only 3 of us. I might as well spend time with just each one, a little bit.
Yeah.
Except Laviande. Laviande put herself into Razzle's story already.
Yeah.
Okay, so Litney, first off, went over to the temple of Bahamut. Actually, I can't believe I never actually mentioned it. The Temple of Life. That's what we kept calling it, but it's technically the Temple of Bahamut. Bahamut's one of the many life gods, but yeah.
I would assume Litney has Inadi and Doug's care. Or after
yes.
the having her checked up.
Doug is doing his job. He's basically sent off Inadi to get a checkup, and he's also been pulled away to deal with a whole bunch of religious tasks and some rough business he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah. So Inadi.
So yes, you went to the Temple of Life, and once again met Priest Zaral.
Zaral.
Yeah, Zaral. He was talking to you, and he basically said, yes, if you want to learn more about the child, I'm want to learn more about the child. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go in and actually talk to her yourself. I have been, very busy, thanks to countless duties, and I'm usually not assigned to the medical department either, so unfortunately I can't be of too much help there for you.
That's fair. Litney, we'll walk and talk a little bit until they get. Mostly asking what kind of troubles, the business, if he's allowed to divulge.
Wait, they're asking him what business he mostly gets up to, right? To double check.
Yeah, just anything that he can divulge that isn't hush hush.
Oh, me? No. I don't do secret things too much. You see it as a little bit of a... It's embarrassing more than anything else. That was just a little bit of a scuffle with, the Temple of Beauty. You know how they are. The slot priest over there happens to have a very, very dirty mouth, and he happens to talk very badly of times.
Oh, I see.
And I happen to go and wipe the floor with him just to make sure that he doesn't speak that badly anymore. It's all friendly competition, I assure you. It's just to make sure that the boys need some fun to make sure they don't engage in another holy war again.
By assaulting a holy man of another church, eh?
I assure you, it was a 3-on-3. Well, 3-on-3. Plus, I was just watching in the sidelines. And then he was also watching in the sidelines. And then he said something to me, and I beat him up. But you know how it is. Those inglorious beauty bastards. They're like goddamn perverts, a lot of them.
Honestly,
When we think of life, we think of childbirth. You know, we think, oh, nourishing the child through through the stages until it passes away. And they think of the act of childbirth. They think of, oh, but you gotta get the hottest girl, right? Oh, this one's perfect. Look at that. I cannot stand them. I swear. The Bahamut. This is, you know, as much of a holy man as I am, I can never really understand how these other people, they just have like such strong and weird beliefs.
Well, it's kind of a matter of perspective on that point, since the gods do represent aspects of the world. People are going to, different aspects that will contradict each other. So I can see how you would see that as weird.
He shrugs like, well, I suppose when mortals have a difference in opinions, it can lead to a lot of things, including friendship and rivalry. And when gods have a different opinion, it usually leads to death.
Yeah.
I guess we can just be happy as long as we keep everything on the mortal level.
Yeah, but sometimes you could get two sides. It's differing and falling in love with each other. I read a book about that. It's kind of interesting. I believe it was called Romeo and Juliet.
You know, it's funny, but it kind of just points over to the empty lot next to the Temple of Life, the Church of Life. That lot was originally supposed to go to the Church of Miracle. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it was originally reserved by them, but last minute changes. They apparently decided that they wanted more space, so they put the temple outside the wall instead. A real shame.
Well,
but I suppose it was all for the best, because while I'm perfectly happy with I'm happy with life and death being right next to each other. But I would imagine that most of the people here would not be so happy with that situation. This town is laid out in a horrible way.
Oh yeah, I mean, even with my keen sense of just finding shortcuts that's in a city, this is still a little much.
Yeah, we can blame the architect for that. I think it was some witch or something. Can't remember her name.
So,
anyway, so you can go over here to the hospital. In fact, I'll lead you there right now if you want.
Speaking of hospitals, I did help a little girl who was. Well, I won't go into too much detail, just in case it's kind of a bad situation for her. But I'm hoping to at least help her find her family.
Oh, well, I won't pry too much, but that does indeed sound. That doesn't sound great. I hope everything works out for her.
Same.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. That does remind me. I believe that a lot of people did say horribly morbid for the mortuary to be right next to the hospital. I think that was maybe the main reason why.
Probably.
That might have been the main reason why they decided to move out. That welcomes you and all, but maybe they don't want to make it that obvious. That on the nose.
Litney does chuckle. Yeah. So for Right. Yeah, but the girl, she's currently going to be in for a while until they find and her parents is going to be under my care. I've actually thought of making the orphanage right next to the Temple of Mercule, so kind of where I want to set up shop.
That's wonderful. You know that was supposed to be an orphanage over. He just kind of glances over. It was over by the Temple of Dhampir, but there was quite an unfortunate situation that happened, and
I believe.
that whole thing fall apart.
Yeah, I think Lady Niblis or Mabel, or just
Oh,
has
Mabel.
just like that.
Yeah, Nilbris, right? That's a funny story
Yeah.
behind her nickname.
Oh, maybe when I have time, because this next
Yeah.
job I'm taking is kind of on the down low. And I thought, like,
Oh,
I
it's,
could probably just, come by and see the lady before then.
it's. Oh, sure. I'm sure there are other people who also know about the story. You can ask me whenever you have time. So yes, you can go see the show. You can go see the mother right now, and we can talk
All right.
later.
Sure. And if there's any questions that I might have pertaining to the town or any of its numerous problems, I'll be able to ask you.
Absolutely. Also, if the child ever has any problems, you're always welcome here. Granted, we may have like a hospital here fully set up and everything, but if it's something minor, I would just recommend going to the clinic just because we do have limited floor space. But I always, we always welcome you to open hands if you ever need anything.
Thank you. Litney gives a courteous bow and walks in to meet the lady.
Okay. Oh God. Sorry, something minimized. I'm so sorry.
Oh wow. I don't know why, but it almost felt like Zaral was kind of like, so you weren't here to see me, huh?
Curses.
Like, no.
Curses. I can no longer get a corpse waifu.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just that was just an observation I was making.
Yeah, okay. So you enter the room. And as you enter the room, oh God. Yeah, there's no art for this. Don't worry, okay?
That's fine.
You see
Please don't die on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
Oh wait, that was in character.
no, that was me.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay. So you see a black scale dragonborn lady sitting in a bed. She has her eyes. At first glance, you think that she's got her eyes closed. Even though she's sitting up and not lying down. But at second glance, when you look closer, you can see that she's actually just looking down at a book. She looks up as you approach. Her mouth, nozzle, jaw, curving as she sees you. Oh, hello! Oh, sorry. God damn it. I hate voices. I can never do them so much. Oh, hello! It's a pleasure to meet you, she says, smiling. Her voice makes her sound a whole lot older than you thought she was. Like, you thought she was like, I don't know, 27, 28, in like human years perspective, right?
Yeah.
And now that you hear her, you think, the grandma.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit.
Must be
It's like,
she. They think in their mind.
I
huh? Must be a-
remember you, dearie. You know, kind little boy who gave me first aid when I was a little bit sick.
Thank you. Litney is not gonna like try to correct them because what's the point whenever or they don't even know which they are.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
It's like
she stands up, well, or at least she tries to stand up, and then you can just hear a voice from, you can just hear a voice from behind the door being like, "Get back on the bed!" It's like, youths nowadays, no respect.
no.
Back in
it's
my
fine,
day,
it's fine.
they'd rush into the room to beat the patient over the back of the head with a mace.
And then Razzle just gives a look like,
I mean, it
What are you
sounds
laughing
messed
at?
up until you realize she's no longer a pregnant lady. She's just a convoluted, normal lady now. So it's
Oh,
less
she
bad, I
is.
guess.
Fuck.
She's got that
This is
mommy
a
strength.
this is a dragonborn. Like you could swear to God that she's like a 30-year-old, in active service. No, she is taking care of herself.
Yeah, my question is more about how the fuck did she have a kid if she's old?
Well, I mean,
I have
age
no
differences.
comment. They did say there were a lot of complications in the
Yeah.
RP. Yeah.
Lenny just goes walking up. Don't worry, I'll come to you. And getting closer, depending on how she feels about this corpse person, and coming right up
You
to
know,
her.
I used to be a paladin back in the day. Ah, good old
just-
Bahamut treated me well.
Well, I heard that the delivery was successful.
Oh yeah, thank God. You swear after the 12th, there's a chance things might go wrong.
Litney hearing that there was 12, they just like, oh gods.
Indeed, I thank them every day. Oof. Bahamut's blessing really keeps me, full of life. And ready to give life.
And he just like, it's kind of an awkward smile, but laugh, but it's like,
Oh, sorry, you're not.
uh,
Oh, you're a bit sensitive about these kind of topics, huh? Oh, well, sorry, but I'm sorry.
well, it's just, no, it's just astonishing thing. So, I have a few questions. Well, a main question. When we found you, you were almost dead on the side of the road. What happened? Right to the point.
Oh. She kind of just deflates a little bit as she just shifts a bit. Well, that's a little bit embarrassing, but
It's okay.
I had a little bit of an issue dealing with some undead. They got a good blow in.
Oh, wait. I think I remember hearing that one of the missions we could have accepted was to deal with some undead.
Oh yeah, there have been a lot of necromancers about, haven't there? Honestly, I wasn't really that aware. I go about, I do a lot of stuff now and then, and I probably have. I was in a wagon with a few other people, and then when the undead happened to come about, I just couldn't. I'm a bit too old at this age to be playing the hero, but I couldn't help it. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And the fact that you're...
Don't get me wrong. A few dozen skeletons are no problem, but the one in charge, that was a bit of a trickier situation.
Wait, one in charge? So there was a undead that was intelligent enough to make calls? Or are you talking about the Necromancer?
I don't honestly know. They were undead, but I thought they were the Necromancer.
Wait. Litney,
At least it's an undead wizard. I don't know. I mean, things are changing nowadays. Things are changing. Who even know? Like maybe the undead can out be necromancers to themselves. So you can't just shrug. I don't know.
yeah. Litney just like chuckles nervously.
I mean, like you look a little bit on the undead side, and you're a necromancer, so maybe.
Holy crap! How'd you know?
I used to be a paladin. I'm still technically am. I can sense undead. Points at the rat.
Oh, yeah.
Points at Razzle. That adorable little cutie right there. Oh, I want to eat it up. And when she says that, you do realize that Dragon Ball probably do eat rats. So, you don't know if that's just an adorable old lady thing to say the cute things, or if that's a Dragonborn thing to say, I want to eat that.
Litney will like, please don't. She's my best friend.
Oh, that's adorable. I used to have a little buddy too. It was a adorable little dragon. He got a bit too big and flew off. He had to get his own nest.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, what do you know what happened to your companions?
I honestly no. Like I know that they were leaving the city. In fact, I was also leaving the city. I was passing through. I wanted to go to the mountains of fire while the ceasefire is still going on. I wanted to go meet my hubby, but unfortunately, that wasn't working out.
Oh wow. Question: could you tell me more about? Since eventually I will have to deal with the other necromancers in the area. Could you give me at least some information what little information you got from them?
Okay, just, 1 second. Just to anyone who doesn't know, because Litney's been told about this out of session. The baby is currently being kept under observation because there were complications, and just to make sure everything's perfectly fine, the baby is being kept separately for observation.
Yeah.
I forgot, sorry.
I didn't tell you. You wouldn't know.
But yeah.
So you want more information about the necromancers, right?
Yeah. Also specifically on the undead that she could swear was leading the rest.
Right, that one. Alright, so this is a weird one. So they were like they like had a cloak on and everything, and their face was just like completely black, and their eyes were like glowing purple through the cloak. Like it's a really cool cloak, I guess.
Did it look anything like mine?
She kind of looks to you like, now you got a really basic leather cloak. It's a bit old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Travel love is what I love to call it. You guys laughed.
Yeah.
So anyways, so this necromancer, this undead. I'm pretty sure it was a skeleton. They're like really, really weird. They like talk like a really crazy person. Like don't get me wrong, I've listened to a lot of undead talk, but
I'm probably normal.
You're technically, I don't think you're undead. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I did die.
Yeah. I mean, listen. People come back to life all the time. I mean, granted, the
That's a good point.
circumstances are very important. Circumstances are very important. You know, sometimes it costs a lot of money. Sometimes it's
Oh yeah.
you know, as a twisted, horrific creature. But you know, they come back to
People
life.
die when they are killed. Smacks him on the
Listen,
side of the head.
people-
No, they fucking don't,
listen.
you idiots.
People don't always die when they're killed.
But yeah, I understand. I mean, I'm here now, though my body's a little necrotic.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. Hope that works out better for you. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they were like kind of weird and crazy and stuff. I'm pretty sure like they were also like a wizard that he kept casting magic and stuff. Like I beat down quite a few skeletons. They were weak, really, honestly. If it were like normal skeletons and like that many, I probably would have gotten actually a few more injuries. But nah, this one was like a whole bunch of like weak skeletons. I crushed him down instantly. And then I started beating up the wizard, but then he suddenly just became giant, and he just landed a good hit on me, and that hurt a lot.
Then he suddenly remembers
And
Three
then
of Triumph.
they eventually just kind of like, yeah, I hit them again, and then they fell down and they started to just kind of dissolve away essentially.
Wait. I think me and my companions have run into something a little bit similar. This cloaked figure went by Three of Triumph, and they seemed a little kind of like a skeletal tail. Well, and once we beat her down a bit, she grew.
She kind of just thinks back like, they might have had a tail. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes in the heat of battle, you know, I get a little bit excited. And the little details don't really matter so much. It just matters like there's a bad thing. I hit it with a sword, and it goes boom. You can tell I'm a very listen. You can tell I've lived a very simple life. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I've had a lot of fun. I love my job. Well, loved. I'm retired.
I mean, once a fighter, always a fighter, right?
Absolutely.
But could you tell me, did they mention anything about a Dark Master?
Oh, yes. It's the usual thing of, you shall be sacrificed for the Dark Master. The Dark Master might finally look at me as something more than just a failure of a stupid puppet. Yada, yada, yada. Seem to have a lot of inferiority complex, honestly.
Which is strange, because the Three of Triumph also had that same thing, but almost mistaken me for the Dark Master.
Well, are
But
you?
said I was something. No. I mean, I think I don't really know. I hope not.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I'm hoping not, because I can't even remember anything of my past. Just slight visions that just are contradictory.
Oh, amnesia. Oh, that's unfortunate, Yuri. I know a lot about this. Sometimes when I'm training, you know, and I hit the other person a little too much, they just can't remember anything either.
Litney,
Surprisingly, healing magic doesn't really do much against psychological trauma.
yeah, she would notice that Litney almost instinctively pats the spot of her back that left the stab wounds.
Are you alright, dear?
And I think so. You just see like the fingers go into where the punctures are.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, is that what done you in?
And from what I think, had been dead for about a month.
Oh, could you show me?
It's a bit embarrassing, but Litney.
Don't worry. I'm an old lady. I'm not interested in kids like you. That would be weird.
I don't even know how old I am.
You're
am I
old
a kid
enough
or
to be
am I-
called a kid.
Okay.
And you know what
Litney
they
does,
say? You know, if a 10-year-old becomes immortal, they're a 10-year-old for the rest of their life. They're not a 1,000-year-old. They're a 10-year-old.
I don't believe I've heard that. As Litney's going to show.
Believe me,
the-
I've known some I've known some weird people in my time,
yes, officer.
And
it's
it is
okay.
for-
She.
and I will
looks good,
tell
but
you-
she's 1,000 years old.
I will tell you, being eternally a child is horrific. It is.
Ugh.
It is awful psychologically.
I can imagine. As Litney says that they pull down on the part of their clothing that will reveal the stab wounds.
So you're probably not a teenager, at least. That's good. An eternal teenager. Imagine that, struggling with the hormones of a teenager for the rest of your eternity. Oh God.
So yeah, these are the.
And then she
wounds I
just
got.
pauses for a second. It's like, oh my. Wait a second. And she just looks over. It's like, oh, it's a bit hard to tell because kind of like really old and sunken in and stuff, but it's like three cut wounds.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the skin exactly around it has retained its shape, so it must be like a blessed weapon of some sort, perhaps? Necrotic, blessed. Sometimes they both act kind of the same way. But this triangular shaped 3 blades, each slightly different, arranged in a triangle. I've seen this before. God, I've seen this
Litney,
before.
Wait, really?
There is a clan. Well, I guess clan would be the right way of saying it. Of monster hunters. Gnome, I believe there were gnomes in general. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's of. I believe there were like 4 villagers, if I remember correctly. I've experienced. Seen them a lot, but they're kind of secretive. But they're basically these gnomes that go around killing monsters, and they're like very, very brutal about it, and very loose in that definition of monster. That definition of monster kind of includes even sort of monstrous beings, and so they do a lot of assassinations on like necromancers, liches of the sword. Well, young liches. Obviously, they can't do shit about an actual lich. That's what you need a 4-on temple for.
Litney's
yeah.
just thinking like.
If someone starts trying to be a lich, but the thing is, like, I've not seen any of them active in the past. God, has it been at least 60 years?
Litney is like 60 years?
Yeah, I mean that's the last time I've seen one of them around. Maybe they've all been in hiding. I don't know. Maybe someone just found out their weapons, but this is definitely something they'd use, and I've not seen any of them around for 60 years. Probably around.
Is the scars? Well, it's the punctures basically their calling card.
A calling card. It's more of a definite way to just murderize someone for sure. I believe they've got like a. One of the blades does radiant damage, another one does necrotic damage, and the last one I can't be sure. I think it's cursed. I don't remember. It's been a day and a half, you know? But yeah, so it's to stab these 3 blades into the heart of a living creature is almost a surefire way to kill it unless it's a revenant. if it is a revenant, then there are other things you do. You know, you got a whole lot else to do. You got a lot of other problems other than a single living creature if it's a revenant. I'm
No,
frankly
maybe it's taking it all.
frankly surprised you're alive. She just kind of just
Out
looks
of
over.
character, if that's if she came back to life, then that thing must have been probably not as efficient as they think it was.
she turns around. She just looks and she's like, I can't really see into your wound. Well, I can't actually look at your heart because even if I use light, I honestly wouldn't be able to tell what I was looking at because I'm not particularly a doctor, and I'm not good at looking at like old corpses as well. I'd probably say maybe one of the swords didn't hit you, or I honestly don't know. I don't know how you could possibly be alive after taking on those, but I'm certain that's definitely what done you in.
Litney's like taking this all in. Is like,
I mean, there's any number of
Okay.
reasons why something couldn't work, but specifically a tool made to make sure that the job's done. Who knows?
yeah. But what if what if it did kill me and I just somehow came back to life? There, like, gods know how long since I've been quote unquote alive since.
Then
about that
I
month.
believe the only thing that could really help you would probably be a true resurrection. If they had their way with you, and usually they dispose of the body after the fact, so I mean, if you're still
I wasn't
around and your body, this
informed.
is definitely the body because it's got the cut in it. Maybe they didn't get a chance.
Maybe.
Maybe they died when they attacked you or something. Who knows?
Thank you. Litney, he puts her shirt.
Muhammad guide you.
Thank you, and I hope he protects your little one. And I heard there was that it wasn't that easy. If
Yeah, I should really stop while I'm ahead, But I mean, what can I say? The husband's quite active even in his old age.
I wouldn't know anything about stats. Maybe there might be. I might have had a few lovers at some point. I don't know.
Oh my! Well, whenever you do get your memory back, you should come back and talk to me. I would love to hear more about it.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. My name's Litney. Before I go, my name's Litney Zaral. What's yours?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Rajas Killamore.
Rajas.
Rajas Killamore. Well, I understand. It's a bit weird, but my father was one of those old geezers who was like, "Oh, I only want a son. The son shall surpass me. The son shall be my heir." And then when I was born, he was kind of dick, and he said, "You know what? You're gonna be Rajas. So you get to have a boy's name."
Well,
I mean, don't worry. I beat him up a whole bunch afterwards. And then I said, "I'm not gonna be your heir," and I came over to this temple just to piss him off. Oh,
Well,
it was a glorious, glorious battle. Bless her, it was really, really, really annoying. I probably shouldn't have done that.
well, if anything, you just has proved that you have surpassed him.
Yeah, but I am kind of thinking I probably should have just, been the hair.
Patched things up.
I probably should have actually done the hair thing, because honestly I really wanted to, but I didn't just because I thought it'd piss him off. And it did piss him off, and it was really fun. But, after about like 90 years or something, you just kind of start thinking that, maybe you didn't make all the best decisions, Rajesh.
I just hope Litney I hope this mistakes I've made weren't too irrevocable.
She looks to you and she just thinks for a moment. You know, when you lose your memory, like, I mean, I notice a lot because, you know, trading. But also, I've lived a long life. I've met a few people, a few lost souls. I've lost myself every now and then. But the memories aren't what make you exactly. How do I explain this? It's experience. Your heart is forged by the actions you've taken and the situation you've been in. So even if you can't remember anything, that doesn't change how you feel. It doesn't matter if you remember or not. How you feel, it's how you feel. If you feel bad about seeing someone suffer, that means that's how you live. If you feel good about seeing a cute, adorable cat, that means that's how you live till now. You know? Just because you remember suddenly that, oh, when I was non-decomposed, I was allergic to cats. Well, guess what? You're still you as a person. That just means that now you can hug that cat. And if you feel sad watching people get hurt, and you remember that you hurt people a lot, well, that means that you have remorse for your actions, and you gotta make sure that you don't hurt anyone anymore, and you make up for it. Or it could just mean that, you know, maybe you just were a good person. Who knows? In the end of the day, even if you never remember, it doesn't matter. The one thing that matters is, it kind of just points to her heart. What's in your heart? And I don't mean your literal heart, because you might not have that anymore. I'm talking about your figurative heart. You know, the one that makes you feel things. The one that makes you feel doubt right now.
Litney smiles like, so in other words, I may be dead, but my soul's still there.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I was gonna say that, you know, your brain forgets but your heart remembers, but actually I think I like that more. Yeah. You may be dead, but you're not soulless. So enjoy having your soul as long as you possibly can. It's a joy only us mortals get, after all. God knows the gods up top are just forever stuck in that place, unable to change or do anything really until someone else acts upon them.
Litney just busts out laughing. Wow.
Listen, the religion's been the same for over a few centuries. I think it's the mortal condition to just change every few seconds. It's a luxury we're the only ones who get to enjoy. That's why I keep having so many kids. And I swear to God, I swear to Bahamut, I will stop. I will. It's not like I love watching adorable little kids just run around all day.
Litney has that, imagines a naughty. Well, I'm hoping that I can at least bring joy to some kids that don't have homes. As ironic it is for a necromancer to be evaluating the lives of others.
No, there are necromancers who actually like run villages and stuff. You know, like it's a good way to supply yourself with prime healthy bodies. You know, we do hunt down those necromancers a lot, but as long as you don't turn out to be one of those people, it's all perfectly fine.
Litney's like, well, I swear to the gods, any one of them, and that I might have worshipped. If I do have to bring back the dead, I'll at least ask for their permission first.
That's good. If you and I swear to Bahamut that if you break that promise, she puts her hand on your shoulder, I will personally come and kill you myself. She says that with a bright smile. And you can feel from how strong her grip is. She probably could.
Oh, Litney's a toothpick.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yay! Second death pact.
Oh,
Litney says out loud.
Litney
Yeah.
is making a lot of promises that people can kill her if she does anything wrong.
I mean,
You know, just out of character, I haven't met her yet, but that old lady, considering that she seems to be the type of people who smites down tyrants and would enjoy to live a very long life, and is kind of old, I'm thinking she's a prime candidate for Phistacofication later down the line.
nah, she.
Who
Nah, I'm kidding.
knows? Phistacos can't have
But-
kids, dude, so that's a bit troubling.
Hmm?
I mean, they
But Litney's like-
can, but it's like, it's complicated and annoying.
Yeah. Lenny's like, well, I should probably head back. I
What?
have a.
Phistaco can have kids just fine.
No, if
We
it's
don't have
supposed to be
teeth down there.
Going back
It's
to
like one
the
of the
other
only
event.
places where you don't have teeth.
Okay, fine enough. Let's not talk about
Just
that.
going back to the other event, it's about this
Yes.
time Razzle be walking in and trying to get Litney.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, well, anyway, I should probably go before. Oh, Lady Raz, what are you doing here?
Just kind of grabs your hand and pulls up a sign. Long story, can't explain. Need help.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go kill gnomes. I'm covered in soy and I'm pissed off. Wait, no, not gnomes. Leprechauns. That was it.
Wow,
You see, I
this is
was
too
once a
great.
gnome, and then I swore to murder all gnomes.
And Lady turns back. Well, Lady Killamore, I hope everything goes good for your kid. Be right back.
Thank you, dearie. Yeah, it's giving you a smile. Oh, I love the old lady. I love all my characters. I think I'm making them like how do I say it? Normal enough that they're not all insane.
Yeah, you definitely have that better balance than me with my NPCs.
My NPCs are just normal people and like they're in a D&D world, so obviously the soldier with PTSD is going to be a paladin and unfortunately isn't going to be getting his treatment, which is sad, but it's tough in this world. There's magic for everything except mental health. Not everyone can cast Dream. Okay, so Razzle, we're gonna come back with you. Okay? If you're here. Razzle McDazzle?
Yes.
Razzle.
So,
Oh,
Raz is just going to take Litney back to the awkward conversation between Laviande and the Paladin girl. Who we
Wonderful.
should find out the name of.
Do you want to give her name or shall I do it?
You do it.
Oh. It's Cassie McSpool. Let me write it out.
Sorry, I had someone come over to my house. What I miss?
Cassie McSpool.
We named the Paladin.
Cassie McSpool.
Oh. Oh, does Cassie McSmall
Spool.
have a reaction when Litney comes by?
Yeah, she turns to you, is basically like an undead, and she basically just reaches down. See, she sees that doesn't have her sword, and she basically just looks down. She just looks up to you. She raises her fists as if she's ready to fist fight. And
Trace
it's like,
the sign. Just drop your hands. This is the help.
And Lenny just smiles. Oh, another paladin.
And then she
this
just
is a third.
She looks at you and she's basically like, okay, wait. Okay, hold up a second, Razzle. Is our help on my holy quest to get back my holy equipment and a vampire-like being and an undead with a adorable little rat.
Raz raises a sign encounter. You ask
Excuse
the
me, you
help of a
forgot
thief.
my bed.
What do you expect, woman?
Oh, if
I
we had
don't
a duck,
know.
it's fine. And Litney
I don't
does
know. I
a
expected like a. I don't know what a dwarf, a dwarf of some kind maybe, or
Well,
you know.
we had one, but I think he's a bit preoccupied right now.
Oh my
And
god,
the
you
other
actually
Yeah.
have a dwarf.
You want
You know
a
what?
dwarf? I'm short. Good enough. Now, just consider this a religious experience about accepting people for who they are and not going to prejudice or whatever. What do you even
Litney-
worship?
Listen, I'll have you know I've gone through sensitivity training.
Litney's
I
like,
couldn't
"It's
understand
fine,
most
it's
of
fine."
it, but I'm trying my best.
Litney-
Okay,
Sensitivity
It's fine.
training in Paladin School is about not judging people for their appearances,
listen,
not about
it's
their
about
nature.
fighting our urge. It's about fighting the urge we get after years of battle to smite everything we come across.
Well, I mean, at least you're not one of those vengeance paladins. It's, I'll take revenge on everyone who's wronged me.
I mean,
Honestly, I
I-
thought that Vengeance Paladins were the least likely to attack me on
Raz
purpose.
is
quite
just gonna
frankly.
raise another sign saying, "So, time to track."
Oh yes. Okay, right. So how did okay, the two of you basically what happened is a thief stole my equipment and basically we need to find this hyenas pack of leprechauns. The fleet-footed
goody.
bastards.
Oh, goody.
Oh, sorry, I mean
actually-
clover-footed. Well,
Oh, goody. We were actually looking to deal with some leprechauns.
You were? Perfect! Wonderful coincidence. Did they steal your skin?
No. My skin's still here.
Did
dearie.
did they steal her clothes? She says, pointing at Laviande.
No, Laviande's always been like that.
I'm not that uncovered. Like, seriously, okay, my tits flop out every 5 minutes, but like, that's not the. I
Around
barely
here,
have any,
too.
so.
I swear, we have 2 kids that we look after, and those things come out. Litney is just picking on Laviande.
The paladin looks.
I barely have any.
The
Come
paladin.
on, I'm very bottom heavy. If you're gonna appreciate something about me, appreciate the right thing. I never had any.
The paladin. Even with the helmet on, Razzle, you can immediately tell she is very confused, and she's basically. Like, oh.
Raz raises the sign. Don't question it. They're on foot.
Anyway, let's stop dilly-dallying. I crave violence. Let's go kill some leprechauns.
Let's let's at least try to find information about their boss first.
We don't need to
Raz
murder
is
someone
going
for just
to-
stealing from us. I just want.
Oh no,
I
they
just want my
they're drug dealers as well, and they murder people. Don't worry. Or at least I
What?
think they murder people.
Oh my
One
god!
of the
How could they? No, in the name of in the name of.
Litney will just disarm the situation. Look, our job is mostly to find out who their boss is.
Absolutely. In the name of Latandra, I swear I will smite them.
Raz
Raz is going to put a arm on. It's going to put a hand on her shoulder
Oh
with
yeah.
a sign saying, "Calm."
Okay.
You guys, I'm hungry.
Okay, I'm calm.
Okay, we will.
I'm calm. I'll put aside my holy rage. I'm calm.
Raz is just like with her sign, just like off chance saying, "Why is it that every paladin I know also is part barbarian in some way?"
You want to know who's part barbarian right now? Me. I'm fucking hangry. Hangry or some shit, whatever. So, if I don't get to suck off someone soon, I'm going to go crazy. Not that way. either.
Yeah, you see a dwarf just kind of raise the hand for a second, and when you say not that way, he just lowers it.
Yeah, Raz is just going to begin doing what they are
Maybe
planning
maybe
before,
later.
which
Buy
is
my drink first. Anyway,
obviously Base before, the leprechauns left a trail of destruction leading all the way to their base. Raz is gonna
Litney
start
was like-
following the broken stuff.
All right, good. Let's go.
Litney will also. Uh,
Wonderful.
Dear Lord, what is this day? I had to experience 3 paladins.
Yeah, that sounds like a day. Usually when someone experiences 2 paladins, they're usually dead.
Well, 2, Litney looks over to her, have tried to kill me. Have threatened to kill me.
She kind of
One,
just looks.
I
She kind of
actually-
looks at you like, "Oh my God, who would do such a thing?"
The other one, and we saved if who was pregnant. Apparently, she's pretty old.
Wait a second. Wait, that tree? 2 have tried to kill you. She kind of just looks away.
And-
But one of the 2 who's not me is pregnant. I'm pregnant. So, wait, when did I try to kill you? No, I would never do such a.
I saw you trying to pull your sword or pull out a sword, but you don't have any.
She kind of just glances down to her waist again, looking for a sword. Like, that. Sorry. I was planning on smiting you, not killing you. I'm sorry. You just kind of lose track of
What's
this thing
the
after a while.
difference?
Listen, after a few years, you just kind of lose track of the difference.
Don't,
Yeah. Raz raises a sign. Honestly, Cassie, if your head wasn't attached to your shoulders, I'd be surprised if you wouldn't lose it in the first 10 seconds.
Looks he was like, how? Excuse me, no. I'm not that forgetful. I almost never lose anything. Except, when it's stolen.
I like to imagine this conversation is going while
Oh
we're.
yeah.
talking.
As you guys are talking, the 4 of you are basically just walking through like this alley, going from one alley to the other, and as you're walking around, you're just seeing like, oh, so the guy knocked over that cart. Oh, the guy knocked over that kid over there. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
There's like
that
that's-
guy's on the.
that's like
list.
that's like this that's this gnome-sized hole in this fence. Sorry, not gnome-sized, leprechaun-sized hole in this fence that looks like it's been broken open quite a bit because the last guy couldn't fit through with his big bag. And it's like, huh?
By the gods, what
just
the
wide enough for
heck?
me to fit.
Litney's 5'11", and so they're gonna just kneel down.
The paladin is like 6'2". So, well, actually, no. I lie. She's 5'12". So yeah.
Yeah, and the only taller one is Raz.
So yeah, I mean the paladin 5'12" is still pretty tall. She's got a crouch down also. Actually,
Yeah,
She's
and
also-
Laviande can just go straight through without even crouching.
and I
Maybe we
expect
should-
Razzle could probably just jump over the fence or something, or just limbo. Who knows?
See,
I like to
Laviande's
think there's,
honestly
like, an
more at
obvious
risk of
gate
getting
that the
stuck by
leprechauns
like
could unlock.
horizontally than.
Okay,
I'm
pause.
sorry.
Pause. What? Razzle, what'd you say?
I'd like to think that it's not like a door that the leprechauns are too short to actually open. So everyone else is crawling through this hole and then Raz looked for the left. It's an obvious door.
Yeah.
There it is! There it is! There it is.
Well, I mean, they have a door open, so they have a hole. Why try going through the front door if there's already a hole in there?
Raz points out this handle's like foot over any of their heights. They can't reach it.
They could not!
You can just walk through, you know.
They could not reach it, so they cut a hole in the wall.
Oh well. What do we see when we enter?
It's an abandoned bar. So as I say, it's an abandoned bar. So there are actually a few people here, despite the fact that it looks like an abandoned bar. Yeah, actually, now that you think about it, you're not entirely sure. It could just be a really, really shit bar. But considering this entire town's only been here for 2 years, you just can't help but wonder, how the hell can this bar look so old and decrepit? This house looks 30 years old at least. And you're just looking around like, what the fuck is going on here? The wood here in this wall is rotten. It's gonna fall apart. This probably should have been replaced 10 years ago, but the town wasn't even here. And you're just looking over, there's like a bunch of, like, it's so quiet you thought it was empty, but no, there's just a bunch of drunk people, and most of them they're just blacked out drunk. The only person who's awake is the bartender. You know, just this guy who's just wiping a glass, and he's just got like a ton of glasses in front of him that all need wiping, and he just turns to look at you people, and he just looks so tired.
Hello. Litney just goes over. It goes over. We're looking for someone.
Ooh.
Oh, a leprechaun that was carrying a big bag.
Oh, yeah, that's, that way. He says point towards another door. He points towards another door which, is regular door sized, but there's also a leprechaun sized hole in it.
Why is this leprechaun so destructive? First you harm a kid, now you harm walls? Well, their evil know no bounds.
I mean, I don't know. There were like 5 of them. The one in front had like this really sharp sword. He just likes swinging it.
Excuse me, lady, McSpool, you said your name was?
Cassie McSpool. Some people call me Cassandra. Those people are wrong.
Litney holds up, Razzle. Mind if Razzle smells your helmet? If you said they were, your items, correct?
They are mine, yes. However, that is a little weird. And can undead smell? Also, that's a rat, right?
Yes, they have keen senses.
As soon as you say, "Can undead smell?" Raz raises a sign that goes, "Yes, typically of rot."
She sees that and she's like,
in the hole.
She's just clutching her sides and just laughing. She's doubled over.
Razzle just looks like, okay, I am. Why are you making me doing this?
It's too much. It hurts.
Focus. If you want your stuff back, you're gonna.
What did I miss? Why is she laughing like that? I woke up on my computer for like 5 seconds and.
She asked, "Can undead smell?" to Laviande, to Litney, and Razzle held up a sign, "Yes, of rot." And she's just done. She's just dead. She's so dead right now. This is how Razzle got along with her.
Laviande just looks down and goes,
They
well,
say, you know, food is the way to someone's heart. Apparently for her, it's just bad jokes.
Well, if Razzle, being a rat, they do have keen sense of smell.
Have a go at it.
Sure.
Roll me. Roll me perception with advantage.
All right. I don't have Razzle's stat block. That's the thing.
Oh wait. Did I? Oh yeah. I never made one.
If you want, I can use roll the flat flat perception with advantage. And what's the normal rat's wisdom?
A normal rat's wisdom is 0. Which is interesting. I'm looking it up right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say she has a let's say a +1 wisdom for now and leave it at that. So roll me a d20 +1 with advantage. We'll up it
Oh,
later.
nat 20.
Oh. Okay, wow, that's impressive. So yeah.
Razzle, the bloodhound.
So as the paladin is doubled over laughing, Rachel is just like, okay, I can't wait for this
Okay,
shit.
I'm done with this. Let me.
Okay, I can't do this shit no more. I ain't got the time for this. And so she basically just jumps on the paladin's head and it's like,
Over there.
yeah, I get it. It's like, you know, she puts on like the Sherlock Holmes hat. She takes up a little magnifying glass, but the magnifying glass isn't held to her eye, it's held to her nose. And then she's like, and then she leads the way. She just goes straight out the door, and then immediately when she goes out the door, she just takes a left, and you go up some stairs, and you go into a house, and then basically you basically just you're inside this house. Then there's a trap door that leads downstairs, and you go downstairs, and you can just about see that there's a few.
I'm assuming we we go through a bunch of like leprechaun shaped hole as we go, and like the only image I have in my head, at least for Laviande, is the you know the Muscle March game.
Yeah.
So basically, you guys are going through it, okay? And that's like oh. So you go up the stairs, and when you're up the stairs, there's like this trapdoor. Okay, this trapdoor. It's regular sized trapdoor, so you open it. But then there's a ladder, and the ladder it's a human sized ladder, so that's not appropriate. And so so they cut down the ladder, and they hung a rope instead. They cut down the ladder just because the guy up top was just, why not? He's pissed off, so he cut down the ladder, and then he put a rope down, and then everyone went down with the rope. So you guys have to go down a rope despite the fact that there used to be a ladder over there. Then there's another door, and then this one just cut through again, another cut through, and then you go through and then there's a little fence. So there's a little fence, okay? So people can usually like hop over this fence. Like it's a waist-high fence normally. So most of you could just hop over this fence, except one portion of the fence is just gone. They just cut the fence down because they couldn't hop over it. And then
Dear Lord.
And so
these are the guys who've been beating us.
And you eventually find yourself from the commercial district. You guys have gone all the way to the to over here.
Where?
Hold up a second. I'm clicking on the wrong map. I'm clicking on the player view map. So right there. The industrial area. The place where Doug found all the stuff earlier.
Yeah.
You eventually find yourself here, following a trail of like broken doors and stuff, and holes in random places. Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Go on.
We're out of time.
Well, that was a perfect time to.
You know what? Yes, I could spare a few more minutes, but we can also end right there. I think that might be a great place to end.
Yes.
Oh well.
I honestly.
You know what, Lord Volvo, I do hope to see an animation of this one day. I might have to make it myself, but that will take forever, so that's not gonna happen. It would be so nice if that was someone.
Like a short comic.
I'll try to edit this out into a little video. But anyway, we're gonna end the stream there. Oh, that's so good. And I'll talk to you guys for a bit after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be ending the stream here. To anyone who's watching, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I had a lot of fun. Next session, we're gonna be seeing what happens. It's technically a one shot because one of the main people can't come. So we're just hanging around in town, exploring so much of it, before the main story, the actual proper Leprechaun job. We're getting the intro to it.
Yeah, and we're getting insight into Raz's past, or at least one person impacting it.
Raz is
And
a bard thief, in case no one could put that together.
Hey, what?
Raz is a bard and a thief. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be ending the session here. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great night, whichever it is for you. For me, it's like nighttime. But anyway, oh god, I miss streaming.
I'll see if I can.
Bye bye.
I'll gauge my